We're just getting ready here to leave work. It's just about 45 after 4, quarter to 5, whichever way we want to look at it. Time to play some poker, man. Let's go. What a beautiful freaking day as we drive out of the parking lot. Woo! So hopefully we're gonna get in some good games here, and although we're gonna be inside on this really beautiful day. Look at that. Lovely. So, electronic poker, that's where it's at here in Toronto. We don't have any live dealers, but you know what? This is just as good, if not better. You get twice as many hands. It's pretty accurate, and I mean, you know, the games are good. You finish work and you come play. There's nothing wrong with it. To the car. It's freaking freezing. My hands are cold. Lovely Canada. Toronto, Ontario. All right, so let's do a little bit of hand review. How did we do tonight? Well, we came out with $150 profit. Not bad. 3 hours work, that's like $50 an hour. Cha-ching. We got short-handed at our table, at the feeder table, and we decided to not chop. I know the whole live thing about chopping and not chopping, and you know what, personally, I am for chopping, but when we're playing kind of like 3-handed all the way up to 5-handed, I just kind of don't want to chop anymore. I'd rather just play it. So we wake up here with King 6 offsuit in the small blind, and it's folded to us. So, I mean, it's heads up, and King High is pretty good. So we decided to raise. We raised to $15, and we have a player that doesn't really like to raise all that much. That's in the big blind. So it's a pretty good opportunity here to just kind of see if we can take it down. If we can, great. If not, well, then we got King High, and King High is pretty good. So we take a flop, and we've pretty much flop gin, King 6 deuce, 2 spades. So we decide to bet $16, and our opponent calls. At this point, I mean, he could have a lot of hands. He could have spade draws. He could have gut shots. He could have a bunch of pairs that are bigger than the 6. He could have a 6, any 6. He could have any king, really. So there's a lot of hands that he could have here, and we can get a lot of value from a whole ton of holdings. So nothing wrong with just continuation betting and then plan to bet the turn. No reason to get fancier for like check raise or something silly like that. So the turn we get an 8 of diamonds, which is not the worst card in the world, and it's definitely not the best card. I'm pretty sure like another king would be the best card, but you know, can't have it all. Can't always have full houses, you know. So we turn the 8, and we decide to continuation bet again, and we ended up betting $39. I mean, I probably want to go a little higher, but you know, I want to keep him in with all this other weak stuff. So I thought 39 is pretty good psychologically. Kind of want people to call. 39 seems cheaper than 40. So anyways, we bet 39. He calls, And on the river, we get an offsuit ace. And this is a perfect opportunity here to just go ahead and shove. He's only got 126 bucks left, and the pot's 140. So there's no reason to do anything other than just shove. And we shove. And what does he show? Ace, queen, spades. Pretty crazy, but we won that one. Sweet. So, what do we all wait for? Pocket aces. And that's what we get. We get 2 red aces on the cutoff. Freaking awesome. So we bump it up to 16 bucks because it gets folded to us. So, we don't raise huge when we're in position with any of our hands. So then that way we can play a wider range on the cutoff and on the button. On the button, I sometimes raise 3x. Although, if you're coming from an online world, a lot of the online players raise 2.5 times, sometimes even min raise on the button, but it doesn't really work live. So, we just raised to 16 bucks here since it's electronic poker. Although it's live, it is electronic. So there's no reason to play around with these extra $1 chips. If you're playing in a live casino and you got real chips, pretty much just always raise in $5 increments, or else you're just going to kill the dealer, So anyways, we go to 16. We get a flat. And now the big blind goes to 56, puts in a 3-bet. And now we're facing a decision here. We're about $650 deep. So what do we do? There's a guy on the button that is most likely going to call. And I think that if I flat here, we do disguise your hand a little bit, but you're just going to give the other guy a chance to just completely smash you. So we decide to go to 156, so $100 on top, and the button folds. And now the big blind thinks a little bit, and he calls. So what could we put him on here? I mean, he could have ace king. We played with this particular player quite a lot, so we have some experience playing together. We have some hand history. He's not overly crazy, but he doesn't mind seeing some flops. And most of the time in these situations, he's pretty strong. So he's got to have a hand like ace king, jacks plus, queens plus, and maybe ace queen suited. So obviously, we're definitely ahead with aces. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's the best hand pre-flop. So we flop 7-7 jack, and our opponent checks to us. Now, at this point, we are about 500 effective, although we had about 650 to start. We're 500 effective. We're 650 effective with the button, but he's out of the hand, so no need to worry about him. So at this point, we already put in $150, and there's about 350 left. And here's where it's kind of interesting, because you want to obviously get all the money in, but there's pretty much kind of just a little over a pot size bet left, So it makes things really awkward. If he has ace king and you shove there, you're just going to fold, but you're pretty much crushing all his ace kings. You are giving a chance for maybe a particular pocket pair, like if he's got pocket tens, to maybe hit a 10 or something, but you kind of got to go with it. So in this spot here, although I wish I had the ace of spades, because there were 2 spades there, we do have 2 red aces, so we're kind of taking a chance here. We're pretty much hoping that a spade doesn't come, but unfortunately we do check, and a 6 of spades rolls off, which is I mean, it's not the worst card on the turn there, but that's kind of the card that is kind of killing our action. We pretty much got to protect our hand at this point. If our opponent checks, we're pretty much forced to jam. And if he bets, we got to jam anyway. And he decides to bet 125. And we just jam it. And he thinks, and he times out 45 seconds. He says he had pocket queens. So 2 red queens, he says. 2 red queens. Very good fold. I would say that's a hero fold. There's no ace, no king out there, so can't win all of them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and hopefully I'm going to get more of these for you. It's getting really dark in here. All right. Oh, and I thank you all for watching. I hope I catch you next time. And please subscribe, and please like, and I thank you again. See, this is what we do after poker sessions, you know? We just sing, have some fun. See you next time.